Hello viewers, in this video you are going to learn about a typical bacterial cell structure. Here we are going to see the structure of bacteria, particularly about cell wall, external appendages like flagella and pili, and the outermost layer of bacteria, capsule, and finally summary. The bacteria is of prokaryotic type. Why is it classified as prokaryote and why not eukaryote? Let us see. Here, the name itself indicates the major difference between the prokaryotes and eukaryotes. Karyon means nucleus. Here EU. U means prove. So, in eukaryotic organisms, true nucleus is present, whereas in prokaryotic organisms, true nucleus is absent. At the same time, in eukaryotic organisms, the nucleus is surrounded by nuclear membrane. Whereas in prokaryotic organisms, both the nucleus and nuclear membrane are absent. So, that is the major difference between the prokaryotes and eukaryotes. And next one is the presence of cell wall. Here the prokaryotes are unicellular, single-celled. They contain very thick and rigid cell wall. Whereas here the eukaryotes are multicellular organisms. The cells are attached to each other to protect one another. But here in the prokaryotes, prokaryotic body is made of only single cell. Nothing is attached for its protection. So, these organisms need very tough and rigid cell wall. And the another thing is that genetic material. In prokaryotic organisms, only one chromosome is present. It is folded upon itself in the cytoplasm. And here in eukaryotes, more than one chromosome, 22 to 23 chromosomes are present in eukaryotic organisms. And eukaryotic organisms contain cell organelles like mitochondria, chloroplast, endoplasmic reticulum, and so on. These all cell organelles are membrane bounded cell organelles. But here in prokaryotes, those membrane bounded cell organelles are absent. So, the bacteria is single celled organism. True nucleus and nuclear membrane is absent. Thick and rigid cell wall is present. And membrane bound organelles are absent. And the genetic material is present only one chromosome which is folded upon itself in the cytoplasm. So, by these all reasons, the bacteria is kept under the prokaryotic organisms. Now, let us see the prokaryotic cell or bacterial cell in detail. The structure of bacteria can be divided into three architectural regions. They are appendages, means attachments to the cell surface. They are flagella and pili. Next one, cell envelope. Under cell envelope, we can study the capsule, cell wall and cell membrane. And next one, cytoplasmic region. It includes the genetic material, chromosome and ribosomes. Not only these, some sorts of inclusions also present in the cell structure of bacteria. For easily understanding purpose, we can divide the bacterial cell structure into two categories, external structures and internal structures. The capsule, cell wall, flagella and pili comes under the external structures. And under the internal structures, we can study the cell membrane, cytoplasm, nuclear region, ribosomes, reserve food materials, vacuoles and etc. In this video, let us focus on external structures now. Bacteria contain thick and rigid cell wall. Inner side of the cell wall, plasma membrane or cell membrane is present. It shows some invaginations called mesosomes. And one more layer is present at the outer side of the cell wall. This layer we can call as the capsule. So, to a bacterial cell, outermost layer is the capsule and innermost layer is the plasma membrane. And between these two layers, cell wall is present. The nature of the cell wall is rigid, tough and flexible. It gives particular shape. At the same time, it gives protection to the bacteria. The cell wall is not only rigid and also flexible in nature, like cable wires. Have you observed cable wires? They are rigid, strong, at the same time flexible. We can bend those wires easily. Like that, bacteria cell wall also rigid and flexible. The reason behind the rigidity of cell wall is the presence of peptidoglycans. Peptidoglycan is a polymer of sugar and amino acids that create a mesh-like appearance to the structure. Here, glycans means sugars. There are two types of sugars present in the structure of the cell wall. They are NAM and NAG. NAM means N-acetyl muramic acid. NAG, N-acetyl glucosamine. Observe the picture here. These two are arranged alternatively on the layer and form sugar backbone. So, these two compounds only responsible for the rigidity of the cell wall. If we break their union, it will cause the damage to the cell wall of bacteria. So, NAM and NAG are the responsible for the rigidity nature for the cell wall of bacteria. The cell wall structure is not same for all bacteria. It is different from one cell to the other. By using Gram stain method, we can identify the cell wall structural differences. This method is discovered by Hans Christian Gram. In this method, the bacteria are stained with a dye called crystal violet. After complete Gram staining process, some bacteria gain purple color and some bacteria gain the red color. The purple colored bacteria we can call as the Gram positive and red colored bacteria we can call as the Gram negative. Now let us see the structural differences between the cell walls of Gram positive and Gram negative bacteria. For both Gram positive and Gram negative bacteria, the innermost layer is the plasma membrane. It is bilipid layer. Above the plasma membrane, in gram-positive bacteria, several layers of peptidoglycan layers are present, nearly around 60 layers. Whereas in gram-negative bacteria, only few peptidoglycan layers are present, nearly 3. So, in gram-positive bacteria, peptidoglycan layer is thick. In gram-negative bacteria, this layer is thin. In gram-negative bacteria, above the peptidoglycan layer, one more membrane is present. It is similar to the cell membrane or plasma membrane. But the difference is presence of lipopolysaccharides. These lipopolysaccharides are absent in lower plasma membrane. Observe here in this picture, here some space or gap is present and here also some space is present between the lower plasma membrane and upper membrane. This space is called periplasmic space. Periplasmic space. Here in gram-positive bacteria, from this peptidoglycan layer, some protein molecules will arise. They are small to be seen. These small protein molecules we can call as the teichoic acid. Some of the teichoic acid molecules connected to the plasma membrane. These molecules we can call as the lipoteichoic acid molecules. So, these are the major differences between the cell wall structures of gram-positive and gram-negative bacteria. For both bacteria, lower side or inner side of the cell wall plasma membrane is present. In gram-positive bacteria, peptidoglycan layer is thick in nature and here thin in nature, and periplasmic space and lipopolysaccharides are present in gram-negative. They are absent in gram-positive bacteria. And teichoic acid molecules are present in gram-positive bacteria. These teichoic acid molecules are absent in gram-negative bacteria. So, now observe here, this is the peptidoglycan layer. It is thick in gram-positive bacteria. And here, the peptidoglycan layer is thin here in the gram-negative bacteria. Periplasmic space is present in gram-negative bacteria only. Periplasmic space is absent in gram-positive bacteria. And the teichoic acid molecules are present in gram-positive. They are absent in gram-negative. And here, gram-negative bacteria, lipopolysaccharides are present. But here, they are absent. When we add a dye called crystal violet in gram stain method, gram-positive bacteria attain the purple color and gram-negative bacteria gain the red color. These are the major differences between gram-positive and gram-negative bacteria cell structure. Bacteria contain external appendages like flagella and pili. Most of the bacteria, particularly bacilli type, possess one to many flagella. They extended outward from the plasma membrane. It helps in the movement of bacteria. This flagella is made of a protein called flagellin. Depending upon the number and distribution of flagella, bacteria are differentiated into following types. Let us see. First one, A trichus. Here the flagella are absent. Next one, monotrichous. A single flagellum is present at one side of the bacteria. Next, lophotrichous. A tuft of flagella present at one side of the bacteria. Amphitrichous. Tuft or single on either side of the bacterial cell. It is amphitrichous. Next, many flagella are distributed all over the surface. This kind of arrangement we can call as the peritrichous. Here in peritrichous type, many flagella are distributed all over the cell surface. Amphilophotrichous. Here, a tuft of flagella present on both sides of the cell surface. So, these are the different types of bacteria depending upon the arrangement or presence of the flagella. Flagella helps in movement, and this flagella is made of a protein called flagellin. Another external appendage of bacteria is pili. These are the fine hair-like proteinaceous structures. These pili we can also call as fimbriae, and they are large in number. These fimbriae are made up of a protein called fimbrillin or pilin. They help in attachment to the solid surfaces and other cells also. Some are larger than fimbriae. They are called as sex pili. Actually, they are less in number. These sex pili helps to join the bacterial cells for partial DNA transfer. This kind of partial DNA transfer we can call as the conjugation. And next one is the capsule. It is the outermost layer of the bacteria. Outside of the cell wall, glycocalyx is present. It is made of sugars and proteins. This glycocalyx different in composition and thickness. If it is loose sheet, we can call as slime layer, or if it is thick and tough, we can call as the capsule. This glycocalyx protects the cell from loss of water and nutrients. This is the thick and tough capsule. Another important function is that it prevents the phagocytosis. What is phagocytosis? For example, a bacterial cell enters into our body. It is a bacterial cell. Immediately, our body also reacts and comes to fight against on the bacteria. The bacteria capsule is negatively charged. In our body also, neutrophils are negatively charged. So what happens now? These two negatively charged bodies repel each other. So the bacterial cell escapes from the phagocytosis. So this is the main and important function of the capsule. Prevents the phagocytosis. Let us recall our topic. So bacteria are prokaryotes. They don't have true nucleus and nuclear membrane. And they don't have membrane bound organelles also. The bacterial cell enclosed by a definite, rigid, thick cell wall. It is made of several layers of peptidoglycans. Glycans means sugars. There are two types of sugars present. They are NAM and NAG. Hans Christian Gram developed a staining method called Gram staining. In Gram staining method, Gram positive bacteria retain the purple color and Gram negative bacteria gain the red color. Bacteria contains external appendages like flagella and pili. Flagella helps in movement and pili helps to attach the bacterial cells to the solid surfaces and other cells. Outside of the cell wall, capsule is present. It protects the cell and prevents the phagocytosis. Thank you, viewers.
Okay viewers, that's it for now. Thank you for watching our video. Please hit the like button if you liked our video, and if you want to give any suggestion or need any specific topic to be explained in our next video, please mention it in the comment section. We will be uploading more videos through our channel every Sunday or Monday. So please subscribe to our channel to get the regular updates.